You have a young man that's growing up, and he's been doing these prankish things, some of which I have seen and been witness to, and some of them I hear from other people. So he had this frame of mind, that instead of doing the right thing, it's better to try to cause pain or laugh at other people's misfortune or pain, so as long as I can remember, that's been his attitude, is do things behind people's backs, cowardly, covert, spineless things to bring on pain and suffering to people and derive pleasure from it. Trying to drown his sister, trying to drown his mother, These are things he did with his own two paws. One time we were swimming together in a pool, and Marc dunked me under the water. Okay, he's about my size. He's a kid. It's an innocent thing, But what wasn't innocent about it was the fact that when I tried to come up for air, he put my head under the water again. Now, he did this about 3-4 times. I could hold my breath for a long time, right? But he wasn't playing. He was actually trying to drown me. And he will remember this. He was trying to drown me. Now, it came to the point where I was going to have to defend myself, which meant I was going to have to hurt him. He stopped just short of that. So at that point, it went way beyond being mischievous. His pattern was turning from innocent or pranks into destructive activities that are like almost unforgivable. I remember attending a game, and he was playing soccer, and there was someone that got hurt, and they actually took him out on a stretcher. And somebody came to me and said, I don't know if you realize it or not, but when Marc plays, he doesn't play for the game. He plays to take people out. He takes to injure people. If he hits them or if he's trying to do some move or something, the person in front of him is a target, and he's out there to hurt them. So, and as hard as that is to hear as a parent, his general activities through his growing up period, I understand that, it was getting more pronounced, and it was going beyond being childish pranks. They were turning into a frame of mind of destruction and pain and delivering hurt to those, and it didn't matter who it was. And his growing up behavior of mischievous turned into viciousness, turned into destructiveness, that was a decision he made. He could have made any other choice. But when he lost his integrity, he became a criminal, and he became a criminal at a very early age. And when he was, nailed and found out from theft at the church, then he took off, And what did he do? Immediately wrote this book. What? Because he was money motivated. In order to get money, didn't care how he got it, who he hurt, he wrote a book to get money. And then he started making up lies about the church to get money. Marc did all this. But that was his criminal mindset. He had it from a very early age, and it never changed. He never regained his self-integrity. He was the one that decided to turn his back on his mother, turn his back on his sister, anyone that meant anything to him, all his friends in the church, all his friends that he worked with. He's the one that changed his mind and disconnected from all of us, because we're still down the same course. We're still out to make a world in trouble into a better place. And he turned his back on that. Marc Headley has had a record of using family and friends and groups for whatever he can eke out of them, right? And when it's to the point where he's got what he needs from them, he tosses them, or he tries to hurt them, So that's always been his, modus operandi, is, take what I need and discard, It's like stir and crush. So he's done that all through his life. And when he got into the church, same deal. Same people who clothe him, who feed them, who birth him, who give him a technical education. When he felt he had everything he needed from them, crush him, So he gets pleasure from that. It's all money motivation for Marc. It's all, show me the buck, show me the money, And once I get what I got, I'm mercenary to the next job. Tabloids, cyber terrorists, doesn't matter. The door is always open. But he's the one that's going to make the decision to get honest and straight. There's nobody tying him. There's nobody torturing him except one person. Marc Headley, is torturing himself and entombing himself in a whole string of destructive and evil intentions, that are going to haunt him for his livelong days. Wake up, being covert, being spineless, and rallying against, with a rabid antagonism and attack against the very people that are trying to do something good and decent with this world. How can that, what's the end of that story? It's bad. And that's where he's going to be. And I think it would embarrass him to know that his mother thinks he is a friggin' coward. That he doesn't have enough kumquats, to face what he's done and take responsibility for it. You can be a criminal or you can be honest and straight. At some point in time, you have to pull yourself up by the bootstraps and become a man, not a spineless creature that has no sense of integrity or loyalty to anybody. And God help his family, because the unhappiness that he's bringing the rest of the people is going to eventually come to his family. And they're going to grow up one day to know the dad is the bad guy and always was.